So you've created a course or coaching program, but now that it's time to launch that bad boy, you're not sure which direction to go. If this is you, hold tight, love. I got you. Because today I'm going to be sharing with you the process that I use to help my clients earn 5 figures on their first launch. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Fatimah, a launch strategist, helping you to create more intentional, streamlined, and profitable launches. So if that sounds like something that you're looking for and interested in, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you can be sure to get more value-packed videos just like this one every single week. All right, let's get into it. Today, I'm sharing with you my signature methodology to launch your online course or coaching program. So overall, what this is a 5-step framework that you can use to guide you through your first or 100th launch. Step number 1 is going to be for you to assess. I want you to assess where you are now and where you'd like to be with your launch. So where are you now in terms of your audience and list size? So do you have a small audience size on social media or in a Facebook group? Do you have a small overall community of people who are subscribed to your email list? Do you have a list of people who've shown you that they're interested in your particular course or program? That's what I mean. Where are you now with those numbers? Where are you now in terms of your offer? Do you have your offer fully developed, or do you just have an idea? Do you have an outline of what you're going to do? Maybe you've created the first 1 or 2 modules within your program or your course. Or maybe you're still trying to figure it all out. I don't know. Where are you with your offer? The next thing you need to figure out about where are you now is going to be your budget. How much money do you have to spend on this launch? And finally, I want you to consider where are you now in terms of your team or capacity? Is it just you that is going to be doing all of the work for this launch? Or do you have a team of people helping you out? When it comes to where you'd like to be, I know most of us first think about revenue. We're thinking about that money. How much money do we want to make from this launch? And that's cool, but I also want you to be thinking about other things, such as where do you want to be in terms of visibility or your list, right? So maybe with this launch, you started and you didn't have a big list. Maybe you want to build up that community of people who are eager to hear from you. Maybe you're going to think of where you want to be in terms of your offer. So remember I said, where are you now in terms of developing your offer? Well, you can use your launch to help develop your offer, to validate your offer, to even refine an offer that you've already created. So where do you want to be in terms of that? And then there are going to be your revenue goals, right? So where would you like to be? So I want you to think about where you'd like to be in terms of your goals for visibility and lists, offer, and revenue. Your next step is going to be to plan. You're going to plan out your launch style. And so what I have seen with a lot of people is that they are choosing to mimic launch styles that they see other people doing. Other people have told you, oh, I've created this 7-figure, 6-figure, whatever figure launch. And you're like, yes, I want that. But you're trying to reverse engineer everything. And what you haven't really considered is, does this launch style align with my needs and my goals? Does it align with where I am now and where I'd like to be? So I want you to choose a launch style that is in alignment with where you are, where you want to be, your needs, your goals. The next part of planning involves you planning out your launch timeline and tasks. So I want you to think about what are the major deadlines that you need to meet. Well, those are going to be, when does your cart open? When does your cart close? When are you going to be promoting? How long are you going to be promoting your particular offer or talking about it or hyping it up before the cart even opens? And how you're going to plan this is going to be a backwards method. In education, we call this backwards planning because you start with the end in mind. So I want you to go week by week and think about all the things that need to happen for your launch to be possible. So I want you to think about what needs to happen before your cart opens, during the time that your cart is open, and immediately after the cart is closed. Your third step is going to be to prep. This is where you're starting to prepare all of the things to make your launch happen, right? So you're going to be writing emails, social media copy. You're going to be designing web pages. You're going to be setting up the text. You're going to be setting up the tech and the systems that you will use to make your launch a smooth process. By the way, if you would like some help planning and prepping your launch, then go ahead and click the link in the description box and you'll have an opportunity to meet with me one-on-one, and I'll guide you through what you need to do, help you get unstuck, and keep you moving forward. Step number 4 is going to be for you to execute. Baby, this is where all of the magic happens. This is where the magic happens. This is where you hit go on your promotion, on your marketing, on your sales emails. This is where in this time you are going to be monitoring the numbers for your launch. So how many people are clicking on the links within your emails? How many people are showing up to your webinars? How many people are purchasing your course or your program? These are the things that you need to be doing throughout the execution phase. And finally, this is probably my favorite phase because as an educator, I'm going to tell you all the time to reflect. What does this mean? I want you to first think about what went well, what didn't go so well, and what you'd like to do differently next time. But I'm going to add a caveat. For each of those questions, I want you to add the information of and why. So what went well and why did it go well? For example, maybe something that went well is going to be your sales page. Why did it go well? Or how do you know that it went well? So you can ask why or how do I know that it went well? What proof do I have? Well, now this is where that launch data comes in. So if your sales page went well, that messaging that you have on your sales page went well, how you know that it did is that you have a high number of unique visitors. And then you also have a high number of people clicking on the purchase link for your offer. That's how you know. That's why you know that it went well. Another thing you can think about is what didn't go so well and why, or how did you know that it didn't go so well? For example, I could think about a particular email and I could say, maybe one of the emails in my promotion campaign didn't go so well. Why didn't it go so well? Or how did I know that it didn't go so well? Well, I can look at the metrics of that email and I could see that even though a lot of people opened it, not very many people clicked on the link to my sales page. So maybe it has something to do with the messaging or the content within the email. Or even if I have that email and I saw that not a lot of people opened it, maybe that has something to do with the subject line of my email and I might need to tweak that later on. When it comes to what you'd like to try differently next time, why do you want to try it, or how do you know that this might be a good idea? Well, here's an example. Maybe what you want to try differently next time is having a webinar where you're walking people through your program and giving them an opportunity to ask you any questions they have about your course or program. Why would you want to do this? Well, maybe in this launch, you found that a lot of people were emailing you questions and you were starting to get the same questions over and over again. So maybe if next time you had a Q&A session that was live or recorded, you could reach more people and answer all of those questions. So now that you've done your reflection, remember what I said before, that you could use this methodology, this framework, whether it's your first launch or your 100th. Well, this reflection part is going to roll into the next iteration of this launch for the assessment. What do I mean by that? So when you're doing your first go round of the launch, the first go round of this method, you're going to assess where you are and where you'd like to be. On the next go round, you're going to ask yourself, where have I been? Where am I now? And where would I like to be? So you're going to use that reflection from the last launch to help inform your assessment for the next launch. So for those of you trying to remember what it is, APPER is the methodology, it's the framework, and it stands for assess, plan, prep, execute, and reflect. If you enjoyed today's video, can you do me a favor? Can you click like? Can you write a comment below? Or can you share the video with a friend that you really know that it would be helpful for? In my next video, I'll share even more tips to help you plan and prep your launch. So go ahead and subscribe. Tap that bell so you'll be notified when that video drops. I'm gonna love yous and leave yous. Peace out.